What's up, Twins MVB fans? Brandon here, bringing you my Twins versus Toronto series thoughts and recap. If you would have told me before the series that Nick Blackburn would have gotten the only win in the series, I would have been absolutely stunned. But that's exactly what we were up against, as both Pavano and Liriano laid eggs in games 1 and 2, respectively. The offense looked really stagnant. Tsuyoshi Nishioka looked like a AAA ball player. And, the guys couldn't get anything going the first two games at all. I think that even the third game was pretty scary, as Joe Nathan needed some help to get through a very rocky ninth inning to record what people would call a save. And I've been as down on the Twins as anybody can possibly be on a team that's coming back from a division championship. But I really didn't like very many of their off-season moves, and they wasted no time in showing that their defense wasn't as good as last year's, their offense isn't as good as last year's, and their pitching isn't as good as last year's. I think there's too many just replaceable talents in the bullpen. Not a Dusty Hughes fan, not a Glenn Perkins fan, and I like Jeff Manship a little bit. As far as, again, to recap my Toronto thoughts, that Toronto club is going to be absolutely awesome this year. Even though they are in the East, I think they could make a run, could win 90 games with that offense, and if they would have kept Sean Markham, they might have had the best pitching 1 through 5 starters in the entire American League. Anyway, they're still pretty solid with Brandon Morrow coming back here pretty soon as well. I think the Twins did well to take 1 out of 2. I think if the Twins can really get their act together defensively, because they looked really poor defensively, if they can get their act together defensively and can get their pitching lined up, they could definitely split or take a series from Toronto. But at this time of the year, just to get 1 out of 2 from a team that's batting the ball around like that's just a good job by the Twins. And hopefully they get things going, because New York is going to be just as much of a test. And hopefully they can take the series from the New Yorkers in New York. But good to get the Yankees out of the way early on in the season as well. Anyway, so to recap, my thoughts on the Toronto series were not great, but considering the situation, not too bad either. They need to go into New York though and split. Otherwise, starting out the season 2-5 or 1-6 is not what they need to do, because the White Sox and the Tigers will definitely capitalize on that. All right, so thanks for checking in. A couple days later from now, we'll have another trio of posts from me and Dan and John. But until then, thanks for tuning in to TwinsMVB.com.